This is not a story of wealth. This is a record of what happened. The ruler of Mali moved gold. That gold left the system that regulated it. The disruption began. Mansa Musa departed Mali. He carried state-controlled gold. That gold was removed from its original administrative structure. Before that decision, gold functioned as authority. It operated inside the Mali Empire. Institutions constrained it. In Mali, gold did not circulate freely. It did not move through open markets. Officials measured its release. They applied established limits. Ledgers recorded each movement. Administrators restricted entry into trade. They controlled timing. They controlled volume. Gold moved slowly. Gold moved deliberately. Gold only moved when permitted. This structure kept value stable. It did so inside Mali's borders. It did so over extended periods of time. Mali's power rested on administration. Taxation documented gold ownership. Officials enforced circulation limits. Institutions absorbed supply gradually. They prevented sudden price movement. Gold strengthened Mali. It remained inside the structure. That structure governed it. It did so year after year. Mansa Musa inherited that structure. Mali functioned before his reign began. Administrative systems already existed. Gold already had limits. Authority relied on records. It did not rely on discretion. Gold retained value. It obeyed Mali's institutional controls. That condition changed. Mansa Musa began his pilgrimage, a journey of faith and display. The pilgrimage was a state action. Mansa Musa left Mali. He carried large quantities of gold. That gold remained under royal authority. The gold traveled with the ruler. Mali's regulating institutions did not travel. Administrative authority remained behind. It remained fixed inside Mali's borders. It could not regulate what moved outward. The procession moved north. Mansa Musa carried gold. He carried it into foreign monetary systems. Those systems operated under different constraints. The procession reached Egypt. Gold entered an economy. That economy was not prepared for such volume at once. Egypt maintained its own balances. Egyptian markets relied on measured supply. They relied on predictable circulation. They relied on gradual price adjustment. They relied on long periods of calibration. Egyptian authorities managed value. They used controlled release. They used institutional oversight. They did not anticipate a sudden influx outside administrative control. In Cairo, gold entered circulation rapidly. Distribution occurred. It moved beyond normal administrative pace. It moved beyond the speed of institutional response. The supply of gold increased. It increased faster than Cairo's markets could fully correct at first. Prices adjusted downward for gold. Supply increased. Purchasing power shifted. Value redistributed unevenly. These effects followed supply movement. They did not follow only intention. They did not follow only generosity. Gold did not lose meaning. Gold lost restraint. Gold no longer answered fully to Mali's institutions. It did not fully submit to Egypt's controls. This occurred during excess circulation. The disruption extended beyond Cairo. Egypt connected Cairo to wider trade networks. It did so through merchants. It did so through contracts. It did so through established routes. Gold moved outward. Economic effects followed along the same paths. Across Mediterranean trade regions, gold altered price stability. It did so over extended periods. Deaths changed weight. Wages adjusted slowly. Contracts recalculated value. Markets absorbed imbalance. These conditions persisted. They lasted longer than Mansa Musa's presence in Egypt. They lasted longer than the pilgrimage itself. Markets did not collapse. Markets continued operating. They operated under altered conditions. They absorbed imbalance gradually. Stability weakened temporarily. Institutional function remained. Modern records show the shift in gold's value. Depreciation from roughly 25 to around 19 to 22 silver dirhams per mithqal was noticeable, but within the range of normal fluctuations in Mamluk Egyptian monetary system. Mansa Musa continued onward. He traveled to Mecca. Mecca marked the destination of the pilgrimage. It did not mark the origin of disruption. By the time the pilgrimage reached Mecca, Egyptian markets had already begun to adjust prices. They had already recorded effects. Recognition followed consequence. Egyptian authorities observed the changes. They observed them after price adjustments persisted. They observed them across multiple markets. Records reflected imbalance. They reflected it after adjustment occurred. They did not reflect it beforehand. Correction followed recognition. Egyptian authorities restricted further supply where possible. They responded to recorded distortion. Administrative controls were reintroduced. They slowed further instability. These measures reduced pressure. They did not immediately restore balance. Correction required time. Egyptian markets recalibrated gradually. Supply limits took effect. Price stability returned unevenly. This occurred across different sectors. Economic balance rebuilt slowly. It rebuilt through repeated adjustment. Stability returned. It returned through systemic correction. It did not return through command alone. Markets restored equilibrium. They responded to renewed limits. They did so over extended periods. Mansa Musa returned to Mali. Gold again operated inside Mali's institutions. It returned under full administrative control. Administrators resumed oversight. Ledgers recorded circulation. Supply limits returned. They resumed original function. Mali's internal system remained intact. The Mali Empire did not collapse. Its institutions absorbed the event. Administrative continuity preserved authority. This occurred despite external disruption. This event exposed a limit. Mansa Musa did not control Egyptian markets. Mansa Musa did not govern Mediterranean trade systems. Authority weakened. It weakened once it left Mali's regulatory boundary. Egyptian markets recovered. They recovered through prolonged adjustment. Mediterranean trade stabilized. It stabilized through systemic correction. It did not stabilize through intervention alone. Gold followed structure. Gold obeyed systems. It did not obey generosity alone. This record remains. Institutions persist longer than rulers. Economic consequences accumulate. They accumulate inside systems. They accumulate even after decisions pass.